everybody, welcome to the WRA regular season finale here at the Richmond International Raceway. 200 laps of action, 200 laps of excitement. Let's go! Green flags in the air, we are racing! Scott Hudson takes the early lead here. Casey Kane trying to see if he can do anything early on. Jordan Moses gave Casey Kane quite the push here early. She's actually giving him a big push. And Scott Hudson clears Taylor Richmond off turn 2. Now, some drivers already are basically out, like Jordan Moses, but they're going to be continuing to fight throughout these last 10 playoff races. Ryan Truex also basically out of it, but again, they're fighting. They're going to be fighting hard for every playoff, for every point. Now, like I was saying in the Discord chat a couple minutes ago, we do have some interesting developments here on the Chaser Watch, here on the Discord channel. So Zach Moses, who is currently in the playoffs, he needs to finish basically above the top 20 to keep his position. Right now, he's already put up quite the performance here. He is in P13. I think he would be secure if he kept that position, but you can see he's already advancing. So quite an interesting start here to this race. We're looking at some drivers right now. Stanley Reginard trying to get his car going. He is finally clear of Chainbrasser, whom I think needs to get to the top 5. He needs to beat out some drivers like Lucy Denny and Blue Bungee, Justin Allgaier. He need to beat him out. Keen. Oh, trouble for Byron! That was about to be a name I was going to mention. As caution comes out, already things have flipped. Caution comes out. Let's see what happened here with William Byron. He must have gotten involved in something. As Adam McDowell apparently goes for a flip. What? That's not real life. So let's see what happened here to start all this. Let's get it from a better view. Oh yeah. So let's see. So let's see. How did... Oh, Bobby Hayrie tagged Adam McDowell because Byron tagged him. Yeah, here's a good view. And then Adam McDowell decided this is Talladega and went on his lid. This happened in the far back, too. Wow, only on lap 4, too. That sucks. And then Byron has a blown motor. Justin Johnson got involved. There's a flag man. Adam McDowell. Joshua Cutts misses it. But he's already secure, basically, so he doesn't need to be fighting, really. Just to be ready for next week. Andrew Barnes in the back there. Wow. And then let's play the rest of this at full speed, because I don't think anything else happens. Oh no, Kaden Lucy Denny. Oh no, that's going to be a heartbreak for that team. I mean, they have a little bit of damage, but every little piece of damage they collect, that's going to be heartbreaking for your team because they have to spend time fixing it. Anyways, let's simulate. So it's Lucy Denny and William Byron basically already out of the picture because Lucy Denny's a lap down and Byron's out basically. Byron is out of the playoffs already. So that is going to be devastating for Hendrick. But we're only on lap 9, still plenty of racing to go. Green flag, back in the air. Scott Hudson again gets a really strong restart, able to clear Lucy off of 4-1 actually. Here's Lucy's teammate, Kaden Denny, currently sitting in the P4 position. He needs something to get going. Jordan Moses, again, out of the playoffs already, but trying to get something going. There's Jimmy. I don't know if he's in a playoff hunt, but I don't know. Scott Hudson, I think he's in a must-win situation. I would have to check. I will check later on towards the race. But right now, I don't know if he's in a playoff position. Zach Moses does not want to be on that outside. Sure, he's in the top 10 at the moment, but he does not want to be on that middle or high side because that means he's going to be giving up positions. And if he gives up positions, that'll be less likely he gets into the playoffs. Because sure, he has a win, but he's not. Last time I checked, he was P20 in the playoff hunt, and if he falls back anymore, this might be devastating for this team. But I think he's finally cleared out, so I think he might be good for the moment. Still, way early on, but still, you gotta be thinking of this stuff. You gotta be thinking 100 laps ahead of in this race, because this is Richmond, and this goes by quick. So anyway, Scott Hudson now trying to pull out to a half-second lead over Casey Kane. Kane, remember, he just needs a really strong performance from them today. They might have a good shot at getting into the playoffs. Because right now, I'm going to mention some of those names again to see what they're currently doing. So, let's see. I'm pulling up something real quick. Yeah, Kane's starting to gain a little bit though. So like I was mentioning a minute ago, Lucy Denny, she's a lap down. Shane Brasser, he's been up a pretty decent performance. Justin Allgaier, he's faded back quite a bit. He's P14. So if he stayed there, which I don't think he will be, he might be out. Casey Kane, like I mentioned just a minute ago, he is P2. William Byron, he is out. He is no longer in the hunt. So we're already down to 4 contenders left for this final spot. And I think so far Kane might be the best solution for this. Oh, he got a little bit loose off of turn 1 there though. Ha ha! Wow. He got a little loose. He wiggled. Give it a little wiggle. Let's go on board Casey Kane. Now, I think they will need to make a pit stop here. I mean, sure, they already made a pit stop on lap 4, but you need to make another pit stop if they want to make the distance. So it's already a 2-stop race. That is not very surprising. There's Shane Brassard saying P5. I think Shane Brassard, if I'm correct, he was ahead of Kane in the playoff points. So Kane, if Brassard stays where he is, Kane might be put into a must-win if he wants to make the playoffs. Andres Hernandez, yeah, again putting up a strong performance. Ryan Truex making the move for P15, I believe that was. Again, he's out of the playoffs, but they're still going to be fighting even if their season is basically over. They're going to be fighting. There's our points leader right there, Elliott Sadler. He is currently P18 with his driver. This one with, I don't know what I should call it. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, he is currently about, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's currently about 5 positions ahead of Joshua, so that's going to really put up something. But again, like I've been saying, it's early on in this race. You know, you just have to think about 25, 50 laps ahead. And if Shane Brasser gets around this 48, which he might, that's really going to put Kane into a must-win. If he gets around him. Coming around here for lap 25. Yeah, Shane Brassard's right there. He might make a move. If he can. Because we all saw back at Charlotte how terrible the passing was. Because of the aero package. But this package is really strong on those restarts, so Shane Brasser is probably going to have to wait for a restart if he wants to pass. There's Blue Bungee in the P8 position, so already we're seeing some of the top 3 contenders basically for for this final position already starting to come into play. Is Kane the highest position so far in P2, but I don't think that's going to help him. Because Shane Brassard, I mean, I'm going to check right now, see if Scott Hudson is currently in the playoffs. Like, give me a second. In the meantime, though, Kane, he needs to get around this zero car to put himself into a must-win. Because if he doesn't get around him, then, and Shane Brassard stays right where he is, which, that's, looking right now, it's most likely going to happen. Kane might be out. I'm looking right now. Where's Scott Hudson in the playoff run? He is... Yeah, he's P24, so Scott Hudson needs this win. So yeah, if Scott Hudson wins this, Scott Hudson's going to be basically in. So right now, since I have this pulled up, I'm going to name off the drivers that are basically in and out. So let's see, so the following drivers are right now in a must-win. So those drivers include Hugo, John Taylor Jr., and there goes to 6 apparently. 6 is way off the pace. Must have gotten a piece of damage anyways. So Hugo, John Taylor Jr., Bobby Hayrie, Christopher Cutts, James Wellner, Scott Hudson, and Alan Fredrickson are all in must-wins. So I mean, that's going to be quite interesting to see if Kane can get around him. And by the way, just a little update. Kane is about, I want to say, 254 minus 228. Let's see. 418. Wait, hold up. I'm doing some quick math here. 14 minus 8W equals 6. He's about 20. Shane Brassard right now at the moment is about 26 points ahead of Kane. So, and since Lucy Danny's off the pace, I mean, and then again, of course, we have Eaton Jones and Fumiko right now at the moment in the playoffs. And right now, Eaton Jones, yeah, we gotta keep an eye on these guys too. Eaton Jones, he's all the way back here. Where is he gone? Eaton Jones is all the way back in 27th, and Fumiko is all the way back in 30th. So this is where those guys that I've been talking about so far and praising basically. This is where these guys could take advantage because they're not up here. They're all the way in the back. They're thinking they're in a chase. This is the final race. You gotta get a move on. You gotta win this one. Otherwise they're screwed. So right now Kane trying to hold off Jordan Moses while he tries to pass Scott Hudson. And we have the lap car of Lucy Denny who's basically out of it at this point. She's about to go down another lap. Now I do want to make an important note here. The 12 chase cars will start in the top 12 positions. Just kidding. That would be dumb. But all points will be reset to about 750, so that way then there's no way that any of the other drivers would make a point. Right now, Scott Hudson making the move around Lucy Denny. That would make her another lap down and another lap to that shoulda, woulda, coulda been for the playoffs. Sad to see her out of it so early on. She could have had an incredible one. I can't speak. I can't English right now, but Kane's starting to come back here. He's about 2/10. He's about 2/10 off of Scott Hudson. And Lucy Denny holding up Shane Brassard here. Oh, that was a little close for Kane and Denny and Shane here. This is the battle for P5. Shane has to get around him. Sorry. Now that's going to hold up Kane and Denny. And that's going to give Andres Hernandez the position for Kane and Denny. And this is a battle for what is to be P6. And that's going to be something that those two talk about on the Thursday morning meeting. That's going to be something those two are going to have to talk about on Thursday. And that got let the top 4 pull away. That's gonna be something that Caden and Lucy discuss on that Thursday morning meeting. Oh, that's hilarious. Richard Nelson also slow off the pace. Remember, he was the most recent winner at Talladega. And I believe, if I am correct, he was sitting in the... He was sitting somewhere. I know that. He was sitting somewhere. I believe he was sitting in the P16 position. I believe. Give me a second. But he's not slow off the pace, so... And Zach Moses has been putting up some pretty decent numbers so far. He's sitting P11. So maybe this is all going to turn on Richard Nelson. I'm looking. Yeah, Richard Nelson sits P17, and considering Alan Fredrickson's P10, Scott Hudson's leading. James Wellner is actually doing where he's supposed to be. I think he might be okay. Richard Nelson might be okay. But still, that's quite surprising for the last time winner. As now he's about to go lap down. Here comes Jordan Moses on the inside of Casey King. That is going to be significant because here comes Shane. Because Shane Brasser wants to see that. Because Scott Hudson's currently leading and Jordan Moses just put Casey Kane down a position, maybe even 2 positions. Because here comes Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, no, never mind. Jimmy Johnson's going to let his teammate go. But that's going to be really significant because that just gave a point to Shane Brasser there. Shane Brasser wanted that to happen and he got it. So now that puts Kane down to P3, and Scott Hudson also wanted to see that because, like I was discussing earlier, he's the leader, and he's needing this win to get to the playoffs. He's currently sitting right on that cutoff line, P24. So if he gets this win here, that's going to really put him into position for getting into this championship. Now, remember, he is in a must-win, so he cannot give this lead to Jordan Moses. And remember, Jordan Moses, she's also basically out of this run, no matter what. No matter what scenario you put her in, she's basically out. Have fun trying again next season, but she's going to really put a lot of pressure on Scott Hudson because she knows that he needs a win to get into the playoffs. That's how we're on lap 50 of 200. Shane Brasser, again, we were talking about he really needed to see Casey King get at least 1 position pass because they really need this win. Kane, if he wins, that puts Shane in a much more difficult situation versus if he doesn't win. Sure, that same could be said for Scott Hudson, but Kane is more of a big threat to but Shane Brasser is more worried about that 25 because they're battling for the last playoff spot if Scott Hudson wins this. They're going to be battling for this last playoff spot, and again, like I mentioned earlier, the 09 and the 59, the 2 chase drivers entering this final race, the 2 chase drivers that were in on points, they're currently sitting in the far back, like 27th and 30th. So that's why some of these drivers are really pushing, saying, "Hey, look, we got to win this." They know the situation, so we're about to find out. Hey, who's going to step up to adversity here as the regular season closes. Now we're also keeping an eye on the points situation because right now, when the race started, Elliott Sadler was 1 point ahead of Joshua Cutts and 4 points ahead of 4 points ahead of Wizard Moses. And if I'm correct, Yeah, yeah. Elliott Sadler yet again showing that he's ahead of both of those drivers. So right now, I believe he would be the regular season champion. But again, it's only lap 56 to 200. Still plenty of time for stuff to happen. And as you can see, they've just lapped Michael, that 6 car again, whom we've not seen much of since that opening race at Daytona. But we are going back to Daytona in the second round, second race. So that's going to be quite interesting to see if they can bring that exact same setup and win again and get themselves locked into the championship if they make it that far. Now what's really interesting is that Scott Hudson has not performed this well so far this season. He's not been able to hang on to the lead for this long. But comes a time when you need to get to the playoffs. This time is now. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. Anyways, we're on lap 59. Remember, we're probably going to have one more set of pit stops if we don't get another caution. But hey, if we get a caution, we get a caution. That's just how it works. And that 0 car, he needs to step it up because Justin Johnson hasn't been showing the best of the season so far. So he needs to show that, hey, look, I can win this for us and get us into the championship run. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens throughout the rest of these 140 laps to go. Speaking of that, we do have 140 laps to go, so still quite a long way out of this race. Maple Andretti, the third driver for JK Motorsports, currently showing that he has some speed. First time we've seen them really run up front so far this season. And I would just like to mention Justin Allgaier here for a second, because earlier on the broadcast I was saying he might be out of this, but the more he's progressing throughout this pack, he might be showing that, hey, look, I'm in this. I'm in this too. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. And I'll also like to mention Zach Moses here. Just a little update on him. He's currently sitting P17. That's showing some danger signs yet again for that 78 crew. They haven't won since Sonoma, so if you're a Zach Moses fan, are you hitting the panic button? Are you hitting that panic button, or are you just saying, this is what we gotta do to get ourselves into the championship run? '57 car spotting, going to be yet another lap down and yet another lap of what ifs for that 57, Ethan. 57. You were doing it right all season. Now you finally mixed up the numbers. Good job. 57 car. 57 car. It's just been a season of what ifs for that team too. Like, what if? What ifs. Just a bunch of what ifs. As this continues to unfold. Kane again, I mentioned at the top, if he can get up back to P2 and maybe take the lead, that would be a good showing for them. It's showing them that they have that speed. Otherwise, I believe this chase spot at the moment is going to that 96 crew, because they are showing that they haven't given up. That although they don't have a win, at least not yet, there's still about 153 laps to go. No, 143 laps to go. That stuff can happen. No, 133. Oh my lord. I'm mixing up numbers left and right. I think that 132 laps to go. Still 132 laps to go in the regular season. That team showing them They haven't given up. And then again, if Zach Moses gets eliminated, that just opens up another spot. That just opens up another spot for championship. So let's go through your order, sponsored by Verizon LG. So speaking of Verizon LG, P1 Scott Hudson, he's currently been the dominator so far. P2 Jordan Moses, P3 Casey Kane, P4 Jimmy Johnson, P5 Shane Brasser, P6 Antares Hernandez, P7 Blue Bunchy, P8 Maple Andretti, P9 Kaden Denny, P10 Justin Allgaier, P11 Diego Hernandez, P12 Ryan Truex, P13 Alan Fredrickson, P14 Elliott Sadler, P15 Jimmy Johnson. I'm messing everything up, okay? P15 Wizard Moses, P16 Spencer Brissell, P17 Zach Moses, P18 Derek Campbell, P19 Christopher Cutts. And rounding out your top 20 is Joshua Cutts. P21 goes to Hugo Jones, while P22 goes to John Cheller Jr. P23 goes to Ray Sir. P24 Stanley Rosenhart. P25 Eric Martinez. P26 Ethan Jones. P27 Anthony Wellner. P28 James Wellner. P29 Bobby Harry. And P30 goes to Brian Lancaster. P31 Tyler Cornell. P32 Miko Yoshihari. P33 Johnny Rappery. P34 goes to Justin Johnson. P35 Richard Nelson. P36 Michael Wellner. P37 and foul position, and that's basically it. No wait, P37 goes to Lucy Denny. And that is your rundown of the 37 cars on track. Your 3 DNFs so far have been the 2 car of Andrew Barnes yet again, the 5 car of William Byron, and the 97 of Adam McDowell. All seasons are done for, at least in terms of getting to chase wise. So we're coming up on about under 25 laps to go. Still quite a lot of action yet to be seen. Let's go on board the 25 from Casey Kane. See what he's seeing. And you can see that he's not on the throttle for, or at least you can hear, he's not on the throttle for a lot of time. Yeah, now we're looking at how he's going to try to get around this 80, maybe pass around pit road. That's probably going to be the best solution for that 25 crew. But the balance of some drivers hangs in the 78. And that 78 right now, he's back up to P16, so maybe he can stop hitting that panic button, at least for now. You have to wait until pit stops to hit that panic button again. Let's go on the rear camera of Scott Hudson, who's currently about 2/10 quicker than, 2/10 ahead of Jordan Moses. It's been a long week, okay? Don't give me that luck. Again, I would just like to mention Jordan Moses is out of the playoff run, but she can still get a win. That would be totally cool to see her get a win right before the playoffs started. Let's go on the back of her. Actually, nah. We got some lap traffic to see how bad this is according to this time. Now they're going to get around the 6 pretty nicely. Good job by the 6 to hold his line. Kate, thanks. See if Kane wants to make any moves. Nope, nothing yet. Maybe Jordan Moses is about to go for the race lead. Maybe. We're going to see here in a second. Because, I mean, if she could get him boxed in, then... Uh-oh, Kate! That's not a good sign for him! That's not a good sign for Casey Kane fans, but what a relief that it was for him to get back to that P3 position. That was a little bit of a scary moment for them. And Shane Brassard almost crapped himself. But now look at how close he is. He's getting there. They are making that progress. If they can get up to that 25 machine, that is going to be the fight of the season. Anyways, like I was saying, that would be quite interesting to see though if Jordan Moses can make that move. And that's not going to be the pass there. Listen, Johnson's struggling yet again. That is not a good sign for that team. Because that 95, it has speed. We're clearly seeing it right now with the zero car. I just don't get it sometimes. Anyways, Scott Hudson now going to pass his team owner right here, Justin Johnson. And clear. Clear. Jordan Moses is not going to have to make that same maneuver. Did I just see them going 3 wide back there? What the heck? Oh yeah, they're going 2 wide. They're going 2 wide, 2 rows deep. That's going to be a position loss for Justin Allgaier. And some hopes and dreams probably just about to go up to flames. Oh, lordy. Anyways, is Johnson underneath him? Johnson is underneath Kane. That is not a good sign. And here comes Shane Brassard for that P4 position. Here, will he make the dive bomb? He will not make the dive bomb, but Shane Brassard now is crapping himself because his hopes and dreams are about to come true if he can pass Kane. Kane is slowly starting to slip here. What is going on with that 25 machine? I don't know what's going on with that 25 machine, but it's looking like as if they're starting to lose some grip here while everyone else isn't. And that's a good sign for Scott Hudson because they want to get to the they want to take it to the playoffs. Anyways, here we come up with about 10 laps to go to stage 1. Huh. Wow, this has probably been the most entertaining stage so far this season. Shane Brassard can see his ticket to the playoff right here. Right in front of him. And he's going to probably do everything he can to get it. With Kane starting to slowly but surely lose that grip. He's not falling off to about second to where he was about 2/10 off the leader earlier on in this race. Oh my lord. This is quite interesting. Get the popcorn out because this is about to get interesting. Even more interesting actually, sorry. But that is not what Kane wants to see right now. That is the worst view for Kane. He does not want to see that number 96 on his back bumper. That is the worst sight for Kane at the moment. Because he knows if he gives up this position, his chase hopes might be done. Because Scott Hudson's already leading. And so let's go into helicopter view. See how this gap is. This is not a very big gap too. So, and look at the gap between him and the leader. That you'd think he could make up. He's only about 9/10 left the leader now. But still, 9/10 is quite a lot at Richmond. Right? 9/10. That is quite a lot at Richmond. But about 2/10 is not. This is quite interesting to see. Hey, look. And mind you, Jordan Moses, she's going to be putting all the pressure onto Scott Hudson as much as she can. Holy smokes. And we're coming up onto the end of the stage, so as long as Kane can hold this up, maybe he has a chance. But I don't see Kane in the playoffs right now, unless if he thinks of some sort of strategy again. As now Richard Nelson might be their ticket right here to go to the playoffs. Brassard's got to trust that Richard Nelson knows what he's doing and somehow get Kane loose again, because we all know how bad Kane has been doing so far on this set of tires, at least in the last 20 laps. Or 20, 30, 20 laps, 20, 30, whatever you want to put it at. And here we come up, 2 laps to go, stage 1. Jordan Moses putting on a clinic right now for P2. And Scott Hudson putting on a clinic for possibly a playoff spot. And now we don't, one car, 2 car, red car, blue car, wait, what? And here we go, 1 lap to go here in stage 1. Could be a chance to go to the playoffs right here, right now. Scott Hudson trying to do everything he can. Jordan Moses, will she make a dive bomb? No, she won't. Kane trying to get as many positions as he can. Nothing there. And here comes Scott Hudson around for the stage win. Those are some needed points. And Diego Hernandez comes around P10. Good job to those guys. But remember, here in this NASCAR racing, here in this league, we don't stop the action for a stage. We continue. So let's continue the action. And now Andres Hernandez going to try to put the pressure on Shane Brassard as we get around this second lap car. And need I remind you, we do probably have a second round of pit stops coming up. You didn't get to see the first one because they were indeed, in fact, under yellow. And these guys have been running around 100 laps on this set, so I would expect them to come down pit road sooner or later. And that will really spread out the field. So, just my opinion. But yeah, this is not what you want to see right now if you're Casey Kane. You do not want to see this 96. Because then you know you have to pick up the intensity and pick it up quick. So Scott Hudson, meanwhile, he's just trying to run another 96 laps. Had to hold it there for a second. He's trying to run another clean 96 laps without a yellow and a perfect pit stop by the pit crew. And he will see himself in the playoffs. But what I think is probably going to be the most interesting thing of the night so far is definitely this battle between Kane and Brassard. Because Kane has been falling off the pace like a rock. And Shane Brassard has yet to take an advantage of this misfortune. So, can't control everybody. Next lap card. Yeah, there's been a pretty consistent amount of lap cars here tonight, so whatever floats the boat. Now, if we do get a caution again, which, knock on wood, for Scott Hudson at least, if we do get another caution, that would be quite devastating for that team, because they know that they're going to have to fend off a bunch of fresh tires like they would have. So, right now, Scott Hudson just trying to pray that there's no more cautions. Although there's only been one caution. Yeah. Funny. Funny jokes, funny jokes, funny jokes. Funny jokes I got. Okay. So top 10 starting to separate here pretty evenly. And I say starting to because this hasn't been the usual Richmond race where we've seen them spread out pretty quickly. They're only spread out by like 4 seconds between first and 10th, so shrug. Slash shrug. A slash and a shrug. Now we're not talking about some of our usual chase contenders like Elliott Sadler and Wizard Moses tonight. It's because they're already locked in. We're talking about Zach Moses because he's P20 and right now he currently sits P17 like we were talking about earlier. So, I mean, that team might be in trouble if he stays there. So, again, we definitely have our eye on that. But, yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, Wizard Moses has gone around that one card, and if he wants to get this regular season championship, he needs to pass at least a couple more, because right now, at least they're putting on a clinic yet again for this. He's made himself pretty much, he's made himself a definite championship contender, dare say. So, but we said that about Kyle Larson, and look how that turned out. Top 3 now starting to close the gap, and that's not what Kane wants to see. Because Kane needs to be up there. He needs to get it going sooner or later. And whoa, 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 okay, Jimmy, don't get that close. Now he will pass Michael. Yeah, if you bump a person once, that's how you get out of the way. 2 times, move. 3 times, I'm dumping you. That's pretty much the rules at short tracks. 1 time, please get out of the way. 2 times, move. And 3 times, you're gone. Have a good day. And here we go with possibly the final cycle of green flag pit stops here in the regular season, as Scott Hudson will make his way down pit road. Now, don't even try guessing what his pit stall is. I wouldn't. Oh, it's the first one. I'm dumb. I think pit stalls are like memorized. And we have a couple more drivers on pit road now. This is where things are probably going to get wrecky, dare I say. Because you know how small that entrance and exit is. We're about to see it with Scott Hudson. There's the exit right there. And then look at how small this exit off the backstretch is. This is where people can probably die. So, shrug. Shrug. It's fine. Now the 80 has the lead. Zach Moses probably pitted. They need to get going sooner or later. They need to push. Push, 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 push. 42, where are you? 40, 42, where are you? Probably about to kick copyright. And here we go with possibly for the battle lead between Scott Hudson and Jimmy Johnson. Scott Hudson has the speed. So that's going to be quite interesting. Shane Brasser now. This is what we want to see. Cade clears him. So that battle will continue. And I think Zach Moses, yeah, he's still a couple laps down, I believe. Where are we? So everyone else is pitching. Since the 18, where's Zach Moses? There he is. Oh no, he's actually up there. I think he made a right call by going down there early, but let's see how those tires last. Last time I said that was at Sonoma on St. Patty's Day. Oh, Lord. Jordan Moses now trying to get around Kane again. Hudson yet again, the leader. Blue Bungee up to P5. P6 now going to Maple Andre. P7 going to Wizard Moses. P8 going to Zach Moses. So you have the Moses brothers saying P7 and P8. Or at least, wait. Oh, P9, P10. What? Wait. I'm drunk. I must be drunk or something. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's 52. Yeah, 52 is on pit road. That's why. Okay. Gotcha. Anyways, Scott Hudson returns to the lead. And that's where Zach Moses needs to be. He needs to be in that top 10 position. He needs to keep it. He actually might need to progress. Because, yeah, there he goes. He actually might need to progress because these guys might be starting to look at stuff. And now something that we haven't been discussing about too much. The battle for regular season championship could be on the line right here between Joshua Cutts and Wizard Moses. The Elliott Sadler has fallen off the pace pretty significantly. As now it looks like I might need to go off mic here for a minute. Enjoy the sounds. Oops, looks like I just need looks like I just need to close my door. But yeah, it looks like Elliott Sadler has fallen off the pace here. Woo! That is going to be a tough break because they were up by as many as I don't know how many points to be exact, but it was a pretty good amount. And now they're going to not win this regular season championship. That's sad. But now this creates quite an interesting battle between Wizard Moses and Joshua Cutts. And right now, Joshua Cutts pretty much has this regular season championship. Because Wizard Moses, at the time of recording, he was 4 points back of the would-be championship leader, Elliott Sadler, and Joshua was only 1 point, so therefore giving the advantage to Joshua. And it looks like I haven't realized this yet until just now, but Kane's back in P3, so looks like he did what I said, but Johnson out-jumped him and got up to P2, so yeah. Coming up on 70 laps to go here in the regular season finale. That tech car has made some significant improvements, as well as the 27. 59 might be back in this, but might be too little too late because we already did stage 1, buddy. Buddy. In trouble! Oh no! Oh no, there goes some championship contenders. Oh wow, oh no. Oh, what happened here? Oh, there goes the 78. That's not what they wanted to see. Oh no. Oh wow, what happened here? Let's see. There goes the 01. Looks like oh wow, okay. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, again, people deciding that this is Talladega. So let's see. The 3 car and the 29 and the 71 were battling out for P29, which is irrelevant basically. They came down, touched. Wow, this changes everything. Then the 13 basically irrelevant. He gets a piece of it, but I think he's okay. Then there goes the 12 of Bobby Hatery. Don't know if he was in it. Then the 00, last week's winner. He was involved in it. He was already having a terrible day. And that's when this decides to become Talladega. 1 car already basically lost the championship. There he goes, and that's when NR2003 decides this is Talladega, and then all the leaders just stack up from there. We're gonna play at full speed. So then coming into 1, nowhere to go for any of the leaders. There goes Kane, Jordan Moses, Shane Brasser, April Andretti, Zach Moses, Wizard Moses, Joshua Cutts, Justin Allgaier, Keaton Denny, basically everybody stacked up. So everyone's going to have some damage here. Spencer Purcell almost going up on his lid. So that's going to be a heartbreak for plenty of drivers. And that's going to really shake up who might get in. So we're going to simulate and come back. So plenty of drivers, I was just looking at that, are out now. So we have the following drivers out. Richard Nelson's out. Ryan Truex is out. Tyler Cornell's out. Wizard Moses is out. Christopher Cutts is out. Spencer Purcell, Miko Ishani, and Scott Hudson. Really some big names taken out in that wreck. So some drivers that might have a shot, but Points are going to have to do the talking from there. Anyways, coming to green. Green flag. Sorry, I'm late. Green flag has been in the air. Whoops. And we're back to racing. With about 65 laps to go. That is just devastating, though, for some drivers. So we're even now. I think Johnson's got this. Is he a must-win situation? I think he is. Is Jimmy Johnson in a must-win situation? No, he's not actually, because he won an ISM, so Jimmy Johnson is not in a must-win, but that would be really good for them to win 2 out of the last 3 regular season races. It's now Blue Bungee, all of a sudden, with a clean car. Trouble! Here we go again. Oh, my 6 car. Michael Wellner. And the intensity picks up yet again. Caution is out. Let's see what happened with Michael Wellner here. So let's see what happened with him here. Looks like just from rewinding, I think the 42 just got tired of him and said, "Screw you." Which, I mean, yeah, that's just basically what happened. So we'll simulate and come back. Where's the pace card? There we go. So, welcome back to the Federated Auto Parts 500. Here with about son of a gun, how many laps? 58, yeah, 58. Still devastated by how many people are there that were taken out, but anyways, back to what I was talking about before the wreck happened. Blue Bungee, he's currently sitting P2, so, and with Lucy Denny basically dying back there, and Fumiko Ishihara out, and Eaton Jones is actually now starting to come into the picture. The picture shifts to Blue Bungee, and Eaton Jones is now Blue Bungee. He might be going for the race lead here. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Side by side for the lead. And Blue Bungee gives Justin Johnson a huge push. He's trying to get into the race lead. Oh, there he goes. Gave him a big push. And now put him into the lead. New leader, 81, but not for long, because here comes Justin Allgaier, and Jimmy Johnson's still fighting on the outside. Never mind. Jimmy Johnson's decided to give up. And now we're scrambling back here for some odd reason. Alan Fredrickson sits P4. What are we doing back here, guys? Are you all deciding to be drunk again? And then we have basically the killed motors as caution is out yet again. I told you they were scrambling back here. And that is not a good look for that 78. And here come the leaders. Oh no, wow, okay. Brakes much? And wow. This has just been a crash fest the last plenty of laps. Let's see what happened this time. Did we decide to go Dega mode again? I think we decided to go Dega mode again. Let's see. Yep. Dega mode got activated. Kane, Hatery, Cuts, all decided to go Dega mode. And his car. And we'll be back yet again. So while everyone was going Dega mode, the 81 decided to die because he hit the front end of someone, and that killed his race and his hopes. So now we have Alan Fredrickson, and right now where he sits, he might be in a good place because this race has already been a crap fest. Oh my lord. How could this get any more weirder? And this is the last 50 laps of the season, of the regular season too, so... Oh lordy, good lordy. Anyways, now Al Fredrickson, remember, he sat P25 when entering this race because of the 2-race prohibition that he had earlier on in this season. I'm betting they're probably about to go die again. But anyways, like I was saying, Fredrickson had 2-race probation earlier on the season. That's what dropped him down there very significantly. So now he's trying to fight his way back up there. He's trying to show that that was just a fluke. That was bullcrap. He's trying to show that the system was rigged. He's trying to fight for everything he has. So quite the race that we've had today. This is probably one of the best races that we've had so far, at least in terms of what happened, who's leading. You don't know who's going to be leading next. It could be Racer, who's literally right behind him, as we have 45 laps to go. 45 laps left, dude. And now that 59 is, if this 99 wins, that 59 could probably sneak out of here with a P3 finish and lock himself a chase position, which could be cool to see. Which any of these drivers, just hands down, could be cool to see, because we've seen this 59 hang on to quite the positions. This 99 going through 2-race probation. It's just cool to talk about this stuff. It's just cool to see what happens. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, woo, okay. Woo, boy. Caution is out yet again. I see the lights on. That is going to be, speaking of Ethan Jones, that will be his teammate crashing on the front stretches. Now let's see what happened here. Andres Hernandez had enough of him. Said, get down to the bottom of the track, sir. Collected. Guess who? The 78 didn't get that much damage though, so I think they should be okay. As we yet again under the caution. We will accelerate and see you for the restart. Woo! As we are coming up to prepare for yet another restart. We didn't have much of these restarts during the first half of the race. And then all of a sudden, just final 50 laps, final, more like 75 laps of the season, just pow, caution, anyways, green flag. I grabbed some. Oh my god, ow. Kissing him. Okay. Now we're coming up in the final 40, wait, 45? No. Wait, what? 35. I was up. I don't know. I'm blind or something like that. Oh, whatever. Anyways, looks like that 27 really showing that he can do it. But meanwhile, I'm really starting to question who's going to win this championship, because everyone that's basically racing for this championship is either wrecked or a lap down. Because you have the 1 million Sadler not winning this. He's 8 laps down. You have the 8 of Joshua Cutts, who currently sits P24, 1 lap down. You have the 01 of Wizard Moses, who's been wrecked. He finished P34. And the 6 of Michael Wellner, who's 4 down. So maybe Ethan Jones with it? No, he's 32 back. And everyone else is having bad days at the moment, so I mean, that could be a chance. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I just think it's going to be between those 4 that I just mentioned a minute ago. This has been probably one of the most confusing races in terms of figuring out who's going to be what at the end of this race. Wise. Racer, I would like to mention, he is P33, but I'm trying to look. I don't know if he might be able to make it, but 112 and 137, that's like a 25-point difference. As guess what? Caution. These guys don't know how to keep their cars straight for 1 lap. And guess who caused it yet again? Shane Brassard, Michael Wellner, they all get involved. And that just stalks up whoever was on the high side. So caution yet again. Honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. Anyways, we'll be back for the restart. As we welcome me back, the 13 has gone behind the wall. He is done for today. So now it's about 27, coming up on 26 laps to go. Who will take the final race here in Richmond for the regular season? We're about to find out. Let's go! Racer got not the best of starts, I would want to say. Jordan Moses, she's been fighting ever since she got damaged. She's back up to P4. She might overtake most of them. Racer hanging on that high side though with a non-damaged car. And yeah, that's 78. Well, I would like to mention, although he's fighting with no hood, basically, he's still fighting for P6 for the top 15 position, which honestly I think what is basically going to save his butt, because a bunch of current drivers that are in here, that are looking at that are basically could have won basically. Hugo Jones, Don Taylor Jr. Don Taylor Jr. might actually still win. He's currently sitting P6. Bobby Hatery, he's done. Christopher Cutts, he is not done, but where's he at actually? Hold on, looking. Oh no, he is done. Whoops. James Wellner, he's not done, but sitting P18. Now with that 78's up to P14. Now this is looking pretty nice for those guys. But these guys just cannot stop wrecking. It's just like, what is going on? At 27, I don't know if he has a chance at the moment, but nah, he doesn't have a chance. Because I'm looking at a bunch of drivers. King Denny's out though. Derek Campbell. Is he out? Derek Campbell's not out. Yeah, he has a chance. Adam McDowell, I believe, is out though. Eric Martinez is not. Diego's not. Anthony Wellner, I think he's out, but obviously not enough drivers need to be out for a race or to even be significant. But I mean, if odds play in his favor, he might make it. If the odds ever play in your favor. But Alan Frederick said he's 20 laps away from a playoff ticket. He won the pool all the way back at Daytona. He won that pool. He won that pool. No one can take that away from him, but 20 laps away, and probably not going to be lost to those cautions that we just saw. 20 to go. Racer, can he do anything to try to get himself at least a win for his team? To show that, hey, we're going to be coming into next season looking stiffer and stronger and better and cheesier. And guess what? I just jinxed it. Caution's out, but we're going to be watching the race back to the line because this might be interesting. This might be for the win here, because Racer gets loose on the bottom. And that's not going to be Racer's day, though. And let's see what the caution's out for. Casey Kane and the 6. Let's see what they had. Actually, it was not even Casey Kane's fault this time. Mabel Andretti hit no, Zach Moses decided that he had enough of that 6, moved him out of the way, and caused the wreck. Well, that's what the end of the season does for you people. Anyways, we're going to come back to the restart. They're showing that Alan Fredrickson is in the lead, so we'll be coming back for the restart. Welcome back. We have 3 more retirements to be looking at. The 42 of Maple Andretti, he finished P24. Michael Wellner retired P25, and the Lucy Denny has finally given up. She's done with her season. She's P26. Alan Fredrickson isn't done with his season as he leads them back to green. 13 laps to go. I don't think we're done with cautions yet, though. just based on how intense this has gotten over the past 50, 60 laps. Remember I said there was going to be no more cautions probably? Yeah, how did that work out? And now Racer are going to be fighting that 95 lap car. That didn't take him very long. He is clear. And I don't even know who's leading the playoffs at this point. I don't even know. This is just freaking funny, I guess. This is just however you do it. Just do it. Are you hitting the panic button again? If you're a Zach Moses fan, he's sitting P17 yet again. And he needs to make up a couple positions pretty quickly here. Because he is starting to run out of time. And there he goes up to P15. He needs to trust his teammates. There goes Justin Allgaier, cheated Denny around. Caution will come out yet again. No, never mind. No caution yet. Coming around, 10 laps to go. Coming around with 9 to go now. No caution for that one, apparently, because cars at the back decided to be drunk. No caution yet. Zach Moses needs to gain some ground here, though. He needs to trust some of his teammates here that he has built around him. He needs to trust them right here, right now, if he wants to get into these playoffs. There he goes around for P14. Joshua Cutts holding up his sister right there. I think he might be good for today. Don't think he's out quite yet. And meanwhile, Johnson, he's been fighting pretty hard here. He's back up to P5 with whatever type of car he has. That's hilarious. Eric Martinez having a good day, P6. Wow. I don't know if we're going to get another caution, but you never know. 6 laps to go for Alan Fredrickson. He needs this win. He needs to get into the playoffs. Remember, at the start of this race, he was in a must-win. I think he's still in a must-win. He is in a must-win. I don't know what I'm talking about. Coming up to 5 to go. We'll go on board race 3 here. I think the only other competitor that can really compete with him at the moment, like in terms of getting into the chase, is going to be that 59. 59, I think he's pretty much secured after me talking about a bunch of bullcrap from him earlier, saying that he might be out. He was saying P27 earlier on in this race. Look where he is now. He played the correct strategy. He's in P3. 4 laps to go as we watch the top 2 battle it out on the 59's camera. We're going to go back, look at the 78. He's sitting P16. I don't know if he's going to make it. His balance is hanging in here soon. If we get a caution now with 3 laps to go, race will be over. 3 laps to go here until the playoffs begin. Racer, he's just trying to get a decent position on Alan Fredrickson. Top 2 battling it out like this is the Kentucky Derby. 2 laps to go. Remember, if caution comes out, race is over. Because this ain't 2018 game. 2 laps to go, 1.5 laps to go. Down the back straightaway. Racer, if he wants this win, he has to make a dive bomb right here, right now. Coming up to the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Racer needs to dive bomb right here, right now. Down the backstretch for the final time. Alan Fredrickson can see his ticket. And the turns 3 and 4. Here it comes. Alan Fredrickson from a 2-race rotation to the chase. Here he comes after 4 and wins at Richmond. Wow, what a comeback for those guys. What a comeback. They're definitely in the playoffs for sure because they were sitting P25. They were right on that edge, too. Well, anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed that race. If you did, remember to give us a subscription and a like, and I'll see you guys all again next time. Goodbye.